Hello, and welcome back to today's episode of I Cook the Stuff My Husband and Son Bring Home. So today we're having Appalachian Surf and Turf. They went and caught and shot it the other day, and so we're going to clean it and cook it. We're going to smoke some of the trout, and we're going to pan fry some of the trout, and then we are going to chicken fry some squirrel. So here we go. Just gonna clean the trout because they didn't do the nice stuff for me and cut the heads off. Or the tails. They did gut them. Clean all this stuff out of there. The backbone, So after you rinse your trout, make sure that you go through and you feel it, and that way you made sure you got all your bones out. See, I missed this piece right here. It was full of bones, so we cut that off. Okay, so for our pan seared trout, we're gonna make a garlic and herb butter basted trout. So I have this very sad parsley that I bought at Walmart today. That this was the best looking one they had, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So we're just gonna chop that. Just a rough chop, nothing too crazy or fine, and this is probably way too much, but better to have a little too much than not enough. And again, just give it like a rough chop. If you've never chopped herbs like this, put the knife down, flat hand on top, and just rock your knife back and forth. I also have this really cool herb chopper, but I don't hardly ever use that. Maybe the next time we make a cooking video, I will. Okay, so herbs in the bowl. You can cheat like I do and buy this lovely chopped garlic already minced. Save yourself some time in your life and buy this. This is great. All it is garlic and water. Okay, so we are gonna go to the stove. I have our homemade butter. I make my own butter. You don't have to do that. Buy not an expensive butter, but not a cheap butter. Or if you want to learn how to make butter, we could probably do that too. Okay, so to the stove. We are going to pan sear some of this trout. We are fortunate enough that we have gas burners. If you do not have a gas burner, you probably need to do it like medium high. So somewhere between high and medium. If you do have gas burners, you're probably better on the medium side. So I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil. Not a lot. We're going to do olive oil butter combo. And this is just for flavor and for smoke point. So the smoke point is how hot your oil or butter or whatever you have that you're cooking with can get before it burns. If you've never heard of this, you may be cooking with something with a really low smoke point that is starting to burn while you cook with it, like butter. Butter has milk solids in it, and they will burn. And that's why we mix it with a little bit of olive oil, just to keep it from burning and getting to that smoke point. But this is like what people fry turkeys with. Like you need it to get really hot because you're deep frying something. You wouldn't do that with butter. So, okay. So, our butter, just about melted. Again, we're at medium heat if you have gas, medium high if you have electric. And we are going to add, I don't know, a little bit, almost a tablespoon of garlic. You can garlic with your heart. If you like something very garlicky, you can add more. And then just a couple spoonfuls of parsley. We're going to let this warm up, get going, get fragrant, and then we will add our trout to it. And then if we need a little more butter, we'll add some more butter so that we can baste the trout while it's cooking. This is going to add moisture, add flavor, and just make it delicious. Okay, so we are here. Our garlic is starting to get a little brown. It's smelling really fragrant. It's popping all over the place. This is good. So we are going to, I'm going to just put their meat side down for a second to get all this deliciousness over it. And then we're going to cook it skin side down. So again, give it a little dip, get all the good stuff on it, and then flip it over. And we're going to have to do 2 batches anyway, so. Now, make sure you have a towel, hot pad, whatever you need, and we're going to, just like they do steak, tilt it back and just kind of baste all this goodness all over it. That's noise. I am going to put a pinch of salt, little squeeze of orange. I like orange better than lemon, but that's just my personal preference. And this is going to help keep moisture in it as well. So we'll just continue to cook. So all my butter kind of went away, so I'm going to add just a little pat of butter and a little splash of olive oil. No, this is not good for you, but it is delicious. So. And now we just have that hot butter, and we're just going to baste and baste. So we're getting a really good sear on our skin here, and a good cook on our flesh. It's not sticking, which is good. Alright, and when we think we're almost done, we're just going to flip it over and just get a little brown on the flesh side. And then it will be ready to eat. So this one's looking really good. We're just going to look at that nice golden brown, delicious looking fish. Seeing that when you cook it on the skin side, it cooks it a little more gently, and so it just becomes really tender and really flaky, and almost falls apart like it is right there. So we already have this going. I'm gonna add a little more parsley, maybe a little more garlic, not a whole lot. See how it's starting to smoke? We're getting a little hot, so we'll just turn it down. When we put the fish in it, we'll cool it down as well. And if you actually would just want to hit it with a little orange right at the end, it just gives it a really nice flavor. All right, so again, we're gonna do these two. We're going to dip, get all that yumminess, and flip. Dip, and flip. And these are really thin, so they're not gonna take any time at all. All right, she is done. Okay, so we'll just squeeze a little orange on these last two. And that's it. You're all set to go.
Ah!
Okay.
Do it again. All right, one last time.
Are you ready?
Ah!